Hello, kings and queens. Good afternoon. Positive vibration to everyone. Um, you know, I'm kind of really in my feelings these days because of one particular issue that I notice right now in this world, like worldwide, globally. It's like mass production. Like logic is just out the window. I just don't understand. Um, the ADL that keeps going after black men, because that's what I see right now. Like keep going after black men, Ye, Kyrie Irving, Dave Chappelle, especially Dave. Man, I love Dave Chappelle, man. You people need to leave Dave the F alone. Damn, man. Leave Dave alone. He escaped you people. He's smart. He ran away from the 50 million and he saved himself. Fine, Dave is cool. Just leave Dave alone. I don't even understand why you people are calling Dave anti-Semitic, a Semitic person hating himself. Interesting. Anyways, none of them says anything anti-Semitic. It's all shock and jive, some funny joke, stories. Nothing factual, nothing logical, which make it quite interesting. You ask yourself, really, what's going on? You know, all of this shucking and jiving and dancing and beating around the bush, it really makes you start asking yourself, what the hell is going on here? Because if these people are not anti Semitic and they are right, then it makes someone has to be wrong, someone has to be right. Everybody, both sides of the party just can't be right. In an argument, someone is wrong, someone is right, or both people are right from different perspective. Like, if the 69, like if you're looking at the 9 and I'm looking at the 6 from a different angle, it looks like a 9 and look like a 6. So that's perspective. Fine, that's good. I mean, but some people who are intelligent enough don't have to go to war over a 6 or a 9. That's why the Elohim created us with the verbal capacity to communicate, so we don't have to always resort to violence. It's what shows if we are really civilized or not, or if we're just normal human beings. People who usually resort to violence before they use the verbal attribute that God give them to solve the problem are usually primitive, because when somebody is primitive, they are not intellectually inclined enough to explain themselves, and then they just resort to violence or start shouting. Like most likely when people do bad things and they're lying, they usually start shouting in a loud voice. It's just one of those things. So basically, that's the action and reaction I see from these people going after these famous black men and trying to muzzle them, basically like what they did in slavery. I mean, we all know how slavery was. We all know. Of course, expect white evangelicals in America and most of these so-called woke people who for some reason don't know anything about their own history. It just missed them. They call it critical race theory. Critical race theory. How can slavery be a theory? A theory is an ideology, something that could happen, a logical, factual idea that someone come up with. It's not history. It's not reality. It never happened, but it's plausible. It's a possibility because logically you can think that could happen. So basically, them calling slavery now critical race theory, it's just the same as saying that slavery didn't happen and it was all made up. So it's just a joke. It's crazy. Slavery happened. You know, they used to burn people in oil. Most of those white chicks back in the days who were in love with black guys, they get burned because the white woman couldn't accept that they loved the guy. They just couldn't. They would be messed up. They would be ostracized from society. So they had to say they get raped, and then their boyfriend would be boiled in oil. That's what America is about. They used to give souvenirs to each other from black people's body parts. They used to make postcards. They used to take their kids to watch the burning, the killing, the castration of even little black kids for no specific reason. So we all know that just because of being evil. So that's just what it is. You can explain it left and right. You can explain it in any way you want. That's just wicked and evil. And we have to be honest. I mean, 80 million people, I think, die on the Atlantic slave trade. I mean, about 90 million indigenous Indians were killed. I don't know if that includes the Arawak that in my country, in Jamaica, that Christopher Columbus simply wiped out of existence. I mean, the only way you will see traces of Arawaks maybe in me because we were mixed with the Arawaks when the slaves escaped into the mountains and destroyed the English, because we were the only one who destroyed the English, which they don't want to talk about because we were the real pirates of the Caribbean. Everybody know that movie is a joke. Jack Sparrow was a black guy with three finger. I'm just making this clear, but already certain people, I don't want to say any name because we have been, beating around the bush for a last time, but it so happened that that film was probably created also by the Jewish community. I don't have any fact on that, but most likely, I'm just saying. So it's just weird that every time black people have a certain story, because that's my history about the Pirates of the Caribbean and Three Finger Jack. That was black people that run away from slavery, and the English soldiers who used to desert, they came together and they formed that connection in Jamaica, and that was the Pirates of the Caribbean. And Henry Morgan was the leader, and he was working for Queen Elizabeth. So actually, Queen Elizabeth was the head of the pirates because she made a deal with us, not to expose us and not to recapture back the pirates, so we could just, rob the Spanish, the the Dutch, and it was all good as long as we didn't sink certain British ships. It was okay. So that's why the pirates never got caught until today. Anyways, apart from that, the ADL. Let's fast forward in time. The ADL, the Anti Defamation League. I mean, I'm really surprised about this. That league is a racist league. It's a racist league. It's an evil racist league that is so disgusting, that hate black people. How was that formed? And how do they have any credence and any credibility to judge other people about racism or any form of anti-Semitism when they were created out of hatred for black people and anti-Semitism? I think people don't know. Let me explain. Let me break it down to you. The ADL was formed after, I don't remember exactly which year it was. I could point that out later, but exactly, it's not important. But it was about, I think, in the 60s. I think it's in the 60s. Yeah. So Mary Fagan, I think we could ask her, since she was raped. She was raped by this Jewish guy and killed. And what happened when she was raped and killed? Everybody was doing their investigation. Back in the days, anybody got raped, it was just a black guy. Like, the New York Five, whatever. It's always a black guy because, from the birth of a nation, which also is created by Jews, to depict it is such a racist content, The Birth of a Nation, which is still for sale, which is still up everywhere, which people can still purchase, which is created by Jews to depict black people as, in a way, in a very bad light, in a racist manner. It's just evil. It's just completely evil. If any black person would make a movie like a Birth of a Nation depicting Jewish people, my God, right now, oh my God, they would, whoa, Jesus Christ, God mercy, what would happen? Oh God. But still, you have Birth of a Nation where on I don't know, everywhere for sale, and nobody complains about it, nobody say anything, and that was created by Jewish people. So that is anti-Semitism. That is real anti-Semitism, what we're talking about. This is why a lot of black men is locked up in prison for rape and evil that they have never committed, and everyone knows that's a fact because a lot of them have been exonerated, and you know well, nobody ever really apologized for saying they should kill the New York the New York Five. I forgot the whatever five, but you know what I'm talking about. Those five guys that they said raped this woman and rape a white woman. It's always the same story. You rape a white woman, you're lusting. A white woman is so great. They're the special. It's just sick. Everybody's special. Everybody's great. You have beauty in all walks of life. No specific race or individual should get up. Anyways, there's only one race. I mean, you people claim that there's different race. I don't know. I don't know about any other race. I know that every hybrid civilization, and every hybrid so-called race came out of the black woman. So there's no race. There's just different kind of people, and some people take it to another level because they want to have some kind of political affiliations and whatever. So they create white people and whatever. It's all a creation. Nobody's white. If I saw a white person, I would run. You'd be a ghost. You're not white. Nobody's white. Nobody's black. I'm not black. My T-shirt is black. So all of these things are just designed and created by, if you really would study and probably go back, it would be a shocker to find out who actually created those terms, black and white. It's interesting. So, anyways, this guy raped and killed this young lady, and of course, they blame it on the black guy. That's just how it is. Everybody knows that was the history of America. A young white woman get raped, you blame it on a black guy. Anyways, it didn't work out that time. So everybody found out that it was a Jewish guy who actually raped the girl. It was proven and everything. And so the ADL, what the ADL did was pay off the prosecutor for the prosecutor not to actually send this man to prison like he deserved. So actually, he wasn't going to go to prison. So when the mob realized that, they broke him out and hung him. So that's how the ADL was formed. Is that an organization that stand up for anti-Semitism and against racism and has any kind of credibility? And why is black people respecting these kind of institution and organization without doing research on them? It's a racist organization. Just like Amazing Grace, how sweet the song that all your mama is singing in church on Sunday. That song, Amazing Grace, how sweet the song, that all black people, you brainwashed black people, are still singing in church, believing in the fake Jesus, whatever, which is actually a Greek name from Zeus. It has nothing to do with the Messiah and with Yahshua. Yahshua Father is Yahweh. Yahweh and Yahshua. It sounds quite similar, right? You can't have no Jesus and Yahweh. Come on, man. Let's be realistic. That never happened. And logical people know that the Council of Nicaea came together and decide to create a religion. That's what they do, because the real Christians are out there and they're from Ethiopia. Christianity started in Ethiopia with the Lalibela cross. And everybody who is sensible and logical will do research, because that's where the research stops from history. There's no other thing ever existing on this planet or beyond. So you can do your research, but Christianity was in Ethiopia and Yahshua was in Ethiopia. So the real story exists and whatever, but they just plagiarize the story and create a whole drama, because they couldn't the Catholic, the Romans, they couldn't control Christianity. And so what did they do? When Constantine was never a Christian, he was a monster. They were murdering Christians. They were feeding Christians to the lion, killing them in all sort of way. Worse than the Holocaust, almost similar to what they did during the slavery to black people. It's just crazy, worse. It's just madness how they were killing Christians. But suddenly, at some point in history, nobody knows, nobody figured out, the Catholic Church, the Romans, are best friends. In so much that they have the richest city, the Vatican City, and they have a religion. How is that possible? How is it possible that someone who has murdered your family and everybody who looked like you in history and has killed them, and it is recorded and documented throughout history, suddenly one day you and that person is the best of friends and you are inseparable? That doesn't make any sense. When did the Romans and the Catholic Church become one? When did that happen in history? I would like someone to explain that to me, maybe from the Spanish or English Inquisition time. I don't know. How did that really happen? How did that really came about? How is that even possible? I don't understand that, because I'm a logical person. If someone is murdering and killing my family in any kind of special way, I don't see how that could be my best friend. And I don't know. I don't know how that works. But anyways, logical thinking people study and research. So we know that Christianity and most of the religions are made up. The same people who create Christianity, they create the Muslim religion. It's the same thing. They create those religions. They control it. It's the same Roman Catholic people. They control the same religion. One is about the sun and one is about the moon. So you see, Muslim people, they have the sign of the moon, and the Christians, they have the sign of the sun. Because wherever you see a painting of Jesus, just look behind his head, there's going to be a sun. There's going to always going to be a sun, or that ring. That's what it means, that halo. It represents the sun because it's all about sun worship. It has nothing to do with anything but sun worship. There's no halo or anything. It's just representing the sun. And you see the hat of the Pope with the mouth of the fish. It's representing the fish because it's like catching fish. It's about catching people. It's just a it's all these things have some sort of representation, but we need to study in history and find out what it means, and just don't take things for granted. Don't just accept things because there's a box. The TV, the tell lie vision that tells you lie and messed up your vision and tells you that this is okay. No, you have to do research by yourself. We're living in the age of Aquarius. It's the time of knowledge right now. So people need to open their mind and gain knowledge and use it and stop being idiots. There's no reason now for being dumb. So, I mean, I love Kyrie Irving. I really love Kyrie Irving. I didn't know so much about him, but I realized he's a very intellectual young man, very smart, very brave, and very, very intellectual. And I can't understand any melanated person who wouldn't back this person or stand behind him. You have to be mentally deranged or very sick or full of self hatred, because this man is standing up for the truth and he's exposing some things out there that, I mean, need to be exposed. The truth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the truth. I know that in this day and age, the truth seems to be like a problem because people just cringe when they hear about the truth, because black is white, white is black, up is down, down is up. We are living in a really strange time. I mean, look at the government. Look what's going on. I mean, your government is a criminal. Whoever you want to talk about, you people always talk about dictators, whatever. Biden is a criminal. Hunter Biden is a pedophile. His father is a pedophile. It's proven. Everybody knows that. You see his behavior, his reaction, his action towards kids, children, little girls. I've seen it many times. Any logical thinking person know that I'm spitting facts. I'm not going after Biden. I don't care about Biden. He's an old fart. I mean, whatever. But I mean, apart from that, he's almost starting World War III, which is going to extinct the human race because he has his secret labs, which, of course, the Secretary General claimed that there was no such thing, that it's Russian propaganda. And suddenly she walked back. Oh, they found 20 labs, not one, not two, 20 laboratories. And people wonder how Corona exists. Oh, wow, it was a rat bat. Yeah, sure, it was a bat. Let's just blame it on the bat. He's black, of course. It's easy. Blame it on him. Fine. I mean, wow, I mean, it wasn't a bat. It wasn't created by God. It was man made, just like AIDS, just like all these things. Logical thinking people who have a brain or two brain cells to rub together. You don't have to be a smart person. Knowledge is out there. Seek knowledge. It was created. All these things were created and designed to control the masses and humanity. All big pharma is behind it. They make the medicines that they feed people for AIDS, different thing, up to cancer, whatever. All these things. I mean, Lord Rothschild is responsible for cancer, basically, because Lord Rothschild in the Second World War, what did he do? I mean, he's the reason why marijuana is illegal, like that. Lord Rothschild, because he wanted to sell cotton, and marijuana before was a thing because they used to use it to make clothes and all that. But then he had to ban that because Germany was going to make big production and control most of the business in the world. So that's why all of the war was created. That's what wars are created from, because of an economical person. It's not because someone don't like that person or whatever. It's stupid. Come on, wars are obsolete. It's dumb. I mean, just imagine someone tell you right now, take up a gun and go and shoot your neighbor. That's war. That's your government. That's why it's not normal. It's not normal. How can you be a logical thinking person and someone tell you, hey, just take up the gun and go shoot the neighbor? You know what? I didn't like the neighbor. She was looking at me weird. Just kill her. Or no reason. They don't even give you a reason. We are at war with those people who are like, go and kill them. That's why Muhammad Ali is the greatest. Not because he was maybe the best boxer or something, but for me, he was the greatest because he stood up for the people. He stood up for rights and justice. He gave them the middle finger and told them he's not going to go miles away and murder people who don't he doesn't have any problem with them. It's not logical. He lost everything. He lost his money. He went to jail. That's a man. That's a man. This is why what Kyrie is doing, that's what men do. They don't back down. They don't pussyfoot. They don't just roll over. No, you stand up on your truth. That's what a man is. That's all you have, because all the money is going to fade away. When you're going to die, you can't take shit with you. The queen, look, she's an animal. She stole everything. I don't like the queen. I'm not really going to want to talk too much bad about her because she's dead. But of course, I don't like her. I can't like her because she's a colonizer. She's a monster. I mean, she oversees so many murder. Millions of people die, robs so many things. But the biggest diamond in the world from Africa, she stole it. But do you think she have it with her now? Does her money, what can it do for her right now? She's a bag of bones somewhere. All the evil she has done, it doesn't make any sense because she's dead right now. So everybody's going to die one day. So the only thing you have is your word and your balls. And as a man, you shouldn't break it for no one, because when you do that, it's hard to look in the mirror. But some of you all don't even have a soul anymore. So you don't have any principle or any marker. The compass is gone. The compass, the logic is gone because you don't have that. Without a compass, if you don't know where you're coming from, how are you going to know where you're going? And they keep telling us, get over slavery, forget it. And every day people are talking about their own trauma and stuff, but there's no reason why we shouldn't get reparation. We should get reparation. Black people create the whole new world. That's what happened. I mean, I can break it down to you. We create the whole new world by with the sweat from our back. We build the White House. We build every goddamn thing in this world for free, you know. And a lot of European countries too enslaved people and did horrible things like King Leopold. We need to address these things, and we need to, changes is coming, and we need to take back our power. It's going to happen. This is just how life works. Things change. The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. So right now, I see you, white evangelist. I mean, I don't know how you people call yourself Christian with so much hate. But anyways, you're all going nuts because you realize that the white people is going back inside the melanated Anunnaki where they came from, because that's where you all came from. You came out of us. So you're not a race. Black is the final. Black is not a color. Everything come out of black, every color. So yes, you're going back inside of us. This is why they have apartheid. This is why they have racism, because they're scared of mixing with our race. Not because we're disgusting, not because we're monkey. We're way far from monkey. We're Anunnaki. I mean, if you check the DNA on this planet right now, you would find out that 90% of the white people on this planet, or a lot of them, except the Nordic Pleiadians, they have monkey DNA, and black people don't have. So I mean, since they found that out, they stopped calling black people monkey. But I never forgot that you used to call black people monkey, but you don't want to call black people monkey anymore since you found out that you guys have monkey DNA and fucking Neanderthal DNA and all kind of weird stuff, and you have 5 strands of DNA and we have 9. These are things they don't want to talk about. They don't even want to talk about DNA. Biology, DNA is never mentioned. In school, whatever. They don't want to teach you about that because that's where it all lies. The trauma that we pick up from slavery, you know, our grandmothers being raped and lynched and killed and the baby cut out of their belly over and over again. That's how picnic was created. The name picnic, it's not a funny thing. It's not a romantic thing. That's why as a black man, when you're that educated, if my woman right now or my love of my life would say, look, honey, I would like to go on a picnic, it freaks me out as a black person because I know what that means. Picnic is when the slave master used to take a sharp fucking sword and cut the black woman's belly open, and they used to make a bet. Who is going to die first, the baby or the mom? Oh man, the phone is just falling down. Damn, what's going on with this weird? Okay, someone is getting pissed off. Anyways, so you know, the it was like they would wait and see which one would die, and so you know, we weren't human beings. We were like collaterals. You know, they sold the first thing that was sold on the stock market was my great grandma, was a black person slave. That's what it is. You know, so what are we talking about? So people who think like that, you know, they don't just change overnight. Bullies don't just take their legs and their knees off your neck because you ask them kindly. No, 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 no. Bullies don't do that. It doesn't do that. You know, I study psychology for 2.5 years, and what it has taught me, the behavioral patterns of certain people, and why certain people are aggressive in certain way, and why certain people are filled with hatred, because they're empty inside, because they know who they are, and they have to misappropriate our culture and keep doing this to justify dehumanizing us and doing evil things to us. Like right now, what these people are doing in Palestine is just messed up, and this is not anti Semitism, it's just humane. I don't know anybody from Palestine, but hurting people and kicking them out of their house after they welcome you into their country as a refugee, I think this is just absurd. That's just really not normal. I mean, the average American wouldn't like it if Mexicans just come over and kick them out of their goddamn house and start occupying, you know, I mean, you know, certain states, like it was certain states, certain part of Texas was belonging to Mexico. So what if they just decide, look, fuck it, it was ours anyways. I mean, it's got our God-given right, and just decide to take it back, like you all did with these Palestinians. Like you all allow this to happen, and you're supporting this to happen, and you spend money for this to happen. This is sick. People who are capable of doing this type of things are not normal. Anyways, to say that, to say this, I mean, you know, I just hope that we as black people can stand together now that we know who our true enemy is, because that's what Kyrie did, and he risked a lot to show us that. So all you coons and house Negroes that simply don't know who you are, you all need to wake up, because I mean, maybe it's being not intelligent enough to see what he has done, but you need somebody to explain it to you. He has just opened up a can of worm. He has opened up the Pandora's box, the secret, the elephant in the room. He has pointed to it, where all the struggle and problem of black people lie. Who is making this narrative of black woman is a bitch and is a hoe, and all these black kids need to shoot each other and blah, 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 and it's cool to kill each other? Who is creating those narratives? When did hip hop become that? I mean, hip hop was started by the black Anunnakis from Jamaica, because that's what we are. So yeah, if you people don't know, we are not all humans. So don't create all these words. You people are not even human beings that call yourself human, because you have no hue. Human beings mean people of hue. That's what it means. It was a Latin word with Hueman, and they take out the E, and the meaning of that, it means people of dark color. So you can't even be a human being if you're not black. So some people will get in their feelings now and start talking all kind of stuff. Why I'm saying this, pointing this out, is that there's so many people in the world using different type of words, for centuries. Just like religion. A lot of you people, you're not Christian, you're not Muslim, you're just going to church because your mama did it, your daddy did it. It's not a religion. It's just a family values. That's what it is. You don't believe in that shit. You just do it because your parents would be mad if you don't do it. So, that's what's going on. So, if we could be honest about all of that. But anyways, the fact is, I would just like most of you people to at least give it a thought, try to wake up and understand who your enemy is. We are a great people, and it's not normal that we kill each other. It's not in our culture, it's not in our DNA to do that. These are all programmed, and the people behind it know themselves, and now everybody's eyes are opening up. How many rappers die per year? I mean, 200 and something rappers. What the hell is going on? All these new rappers dying, and what's going on? Who are killing these people? This guy from Migos, yeah? Everybody's trying to act like, oh, black people, just like they killed Biggie and Tupac. Nobody killed Biggie and Tupac. It was not gang affiliated. We all know who did that. I know who did that. And you people know the hell who did that. Because if I know, you all know. It was not gang affiliated. It was not blood. It was not Crips. It was nobody who killed Tupac. It was the people, the people, the Illuminati, the people who were connected with the Freemason, those people. They did that. They killed him to make money, just like Whitney Houston, just like Prince, just like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson owned half of Sun. He owns so much stuff. They had to kill him. They kill him and make money. That's what they're doing. It's called star whackers. Certain people group up with the mafia and they have been killing these people, and when they die they make money from their legacy. That's what's going on. That is what is happening. There's no goddamn rituals. They don't know how to do it. They just kill people family and scare them. Michael Jordan father was killed, and when Bill Cosby wanted to take over CNBS because they don't want a black man controlling the news, they want you to play ball, dribble, and shut up. Play sport, dance, entertain, play music. They don't want you anywhere near the narrative. So when he wanted to buy that network, they killed his son and told him, they threatened him. Who did that? We all know. It's out in the open now. I don't have to say it. One on one is two. One on one can never be four. So now that we all know, it's time for us to start asking ourselves this question. Could all of these things just be rare coincidence? Really? Seriously? Really? Ah, well, I don't think so. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, even deja vu, because I believe in life before and whatever. I don't just believe in the physical. If you think just about the physical, you're thinking just three dimensional, then you're a nutcase. I mean, seriously, you have a soul, you have a brain. How all your body? Just look at your body alone. I mean, if you pull out your head from your spinal cord out of the rest of your body, I mean, your veins are gonna look like the root of a tree. So basically, this is the tree. This is the tree. This is wool. This is the leaves growing out of my head. And I'm basically like a tree because my veins are like the roots and they're taking nutrients. That's what it is. Everything is the same. It's quantum physics. Look how the fruits are grown. It's grown from inside out. This is the motion. It's quantum physics. It's a vibration. It's all vibration. Just like we're made out of magnet. We have this magnetic field around us in our body. It's energy. We have energy all around. So, I mean, we have to start using this energy and meditate. We don't need the church. Black people, seriously, get out of her, my people. We don't need the church. That's a brainwash. And we all know who bought the slave ships, and we all know who stole the royal family from Ghana, because I'm one of them. I'm Ashanti Anunnaki. And yes, I would be a prince today. And the royal family was destroyed. Why? The royal Jewish family, the real Hebrew family, not Jewish, because we're not Jewish. We're Hebrew. So there are some people who are Jewish. We don't wish for nothing because we have the bloodline. It's in our DNA. We don't have to really argue about it because the truth will be made clear whether they like it or not, because the truth can't be hidden forever. So basically, it's going to come out at some point. you know. I wish peace and blessing upon you all. Be positive. Leave the church, leave this religion alone, my people. Go back to what you know. What was people doing in Africa before all of this? Are you trying to tell me that all those millions of people who didn't know about Christianity just die and went to hell because the book didn't exist? Come on, you people are dumb. Wake up. If a God do that, that God is not normal. You read the Bible all the time, how when Elijah, I remember a part in the Bible because I read all these books. I mean, Elijah was going up the mountain, and these kids came out and was teasing him because he had bald head, and God made a mama bear come out who was hungry and eat those kids alive. Is that the God you black people want after slavery and all this punishment and evil shit? I don't need no God like that. You people are seriously mental. That God in the Bible is a psycho. That's Inky. That's the brother of Enlil. That's Inky, the psychopathic God who is sick, who created kids with human beings and created those Nephilim offsprings that used to eat human beings on this planet. But because the planet has changed, the atmosphere of the planet, and we don't have giants anymore, we don't have those big creatures anymore because they couldn't breathe. Their lungs would crush. I mean, the planet has changed basically in a lot of ways. So we know we don't have those big creatures anymore because from my own take on it, they minimize the whole thing, change the date on our lifespan basically, so we don't live 1,000 years anymore, and have us trapped in this matrix and using our souls as slaves to build their crap, because we all know what these people feed on, and it's energy, negative energy. That's why they use corona and all these things and driving fear. It's all about fear. World War III, nuclear war, this, that in Ukraine, corona, monkeypox, this, that. It's all about fear. Fear, AIDS, this, that. It's all about fear. All these things are man-made and created to always keep you in a constant state of fear. That's what the church does. What does the Bible tell you? The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. That's not what the translation said. That's what they translated to keep you always in fear. If I have to be afraid of God and whatever and bowing down and scraping, I don't need that goddamn God. He can kill me and send me to goddamn hell, because I don't believe in that bullshit. You know, Enlil doesn't need nothing like that from us. What he needs from us is to just be a good person. How difficult is that? Before you be a Christian, before you be a Muslim, before you be anything, if you're not a good person, what's the point? Is there any point? No. Now, without any further ado, I just wanted to point out the religious stuff, because my people just are hooked to this religious stuff and they don't want to let it go, and it's brainwash. You know, the first slave ship that was bringing people over was called Jesus. I mean, come on, wake up. It's a joke. And who was the slave ship made by? Jews. These Jewish people, they made the ships. They made all the ships, and it was designed by that to change us into Christians, because when you're a Christian, you can't be a Jew and you can't be a Hebrew. So that's what they wanted to do. So that's why now they can easily say, but you people are Christians, you know. But we all know the truth right now. It's out in the open, the naked truth without no clothes on. So everybody can decide for themselves. But I'm warning you, my people, stay out of the church, stay out of this madness. Jesus wasn't real, because the J letter was discovered 300 years ago on a British island. So how the hell 2,500 years ago somebody was called Jesus? Does that make any sense to you? It's not logical, because it's impossible. How dumb can people be? You know, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. With that ado, I'm going to say goodnight and go mess with my family. And I hope the few things that I say and the little bit of knowledge that I gather can benefit you people to wake up and stop shooting each other, stop buying all these stupid sneakers and stupid change and stuff, that they kill your people in Africa, these diamonds, to get it, and then they sell it back to you. You know, the only person who can officially sell diamond is this lady in Antwerp. Isn't that weird? That all these kids are dying in Africa mining diamond. It's only a weird Jewish woman in Antwerp. If she doesn't put her sign on it, it doesn't become official and can't be sold. So it's just weird. It's the same thing like Ghana now, and in Nigeria, they're banning the sale of chocolate to all this King Leopold's country, the psychopath Leopold, who is way worse than Hitler. I don't know why there's no story on him. I don't know why there's no story about the Holocaust, what he did against the black people, against the 20 million black people that he tortured and raped and killed in Congo. I don't know why there's no documentary on that, but maybe because we don't value certain people's life. Maybe because certain people are just simply racist and evil, and they only classify themselves as important. Like these people that claim that they're God's special people. I know I'm God's special people, but that doesn't give me the right to hate other people and put them down, like what they're doing in Palestine. We need to wake up. All evil is evil. It doesn't matter who is doing it. I don't care if you people think I'm anti Semitic, because I'm not. You know, I'm not. This is a trope. And it is. What about Finkelstein? This Jewish Finkelstein on the radio, his interview, when he was talking about how they killed the kids of Goys and put them in burgers and stuff like that. Why nobody ever talk about it? Why was there no police investigation about Finkelstein, what he said on radio? No, nobody. Why? Is because he's Jewish? Nobody can touch him, or what? I mean, you know, usually if you, I mean, RICO law. They have RICO law for a black man right now making a mistake, rapping about maybe robbing somebody. They have a RICO law now that they can actually lock you up from just your words on a mixtape, even if you never did it. It's called the RICO law. But a Jewish rabbi was saying on the radio how they grind the kids into the burger meat and sell it back to you people are eating. It's disgusting. Have you ever heard that interview? Isn't that anti-Semitic? Why nobody's talking about that? But everybody's jumping on Kyrie Irving simply because he posts something that Jeff Bezos is making money off of. And he created that content, and he even pointed out that he didn't agree with everything in it, but still you people go for this man. Anybody can post anything, even a 5-year-old kid, anybody can post anything. It doesn't mean that embodies the ideology and you know and the personality of that person. No. And that's a good documentary because it's the truth. It's just the naked truth. Why don't we go and attack the guy who made the documentary? Why don't we have an interview with that guy? Why nobody ever called that guy? Why nobody ever put him to sit down? Why nobody ever asked no question? Why they can't sit down with Louis Farrakhan and have a discussion? Why are they scared? Why are they scared? What are you afraid of? If you think that these people are anti-Semitic and they're terrible and bad, sit down and have the discussion. Don't be scared. Just sit down and have the discussion. But you know, and I know, and you know that I know that you know that you're not going to do it because you don't want the truth to be exposed. But it's too late now because, you know, sons of Jacob are waking up now, and you stole our birthright. And it's all written in the book. And you all know that. You all know that for a fact. It's written down. And everybody knows the truth, you know. The story is about us taken as slaves on ship. It wasn't you. You weren't taken as no slave. You people were not slaves in Egypt. You weren't even existing at that time. I think white people wasn't existing up until that time. It's about 3,000 years since white people start existing. You know, since the blending of the race and the blending of the hybrids and different, because there's only one race. So that's why I can't be racist because I take everybody as my brother and sister, white, black, Chinese, everyone. It's you people that are stuck on color and stuck on race and whatever. I love everybody. I don't give a damn. I don't care what anybody say. I love everybody. Until you mess up, I love you. That's me. Until you show me otherwise, I'm going to love you because it's automatic. That's how I live. That's how people were meant to live. Not be judgmental and be scared of people and all of that. And this is what these people do. And then they talk about anti-Semitism. What about the music that you all are putting out against black people and all this evil that you're making money from? Isn't that anti-Semitic? Because we're Semitic. Anyways, have a good evening until next time. And just remember, my people, leave religion alone. Leave religion. Go back to your own history and to your own things. It's more important. We're way stronger than these people because we're original man. And we have a lot of different secrets that these people are even stole. They stole it and they're using it. And we are here running around. I mean, you people are a joke, man. Look at the Pope. The Pope. They have a black Madonna and child that they pray to. I don't understand that. The Pope have this secret room that they go, black Jesus and black Madonna. Why are they praying to the black Jesus and black Madonna, and you black folks are praying to this white guy, to Caesar Borgia's son, a gay guy? He's gay. Caesar Borgia's son. That's the painting. It's a fact, you know. Because they gave him the king and queen, whatever. I don't know who gave him the commission, and he painted his son as Jesus. You know, it's just a joke. Everybody knows that there was no white folks that time. He couldn't be hiding in Ethiopia amongst the Ethiopian Jews. Come on, a white guy with blonde hair, and he's hiding there. Wow, is that interesting? It's an interesting way to hide a little scrawny blonde hair white guy. Funny. I don't know. That's not logical. Harold would find him in a second and wipe his goddamn head off because you can't hide no white guy there that time. There was not even white people existing, so it would be so strange, you know. Anyways, I advise you people to just do your studies on yourself. Study about your own history. Study about the truth because everything that they told us is a lie. Everything is a lie. History is a lie. About the caveman, about all this stuff, about how history started, about the Big Bang Theory. A lot of these things is just, it's all a lie. We have to learn the truth because the devil is running this world. It's not God, it's the devil. God is on holidays right now. God, you know, you people read the Bible and don't understand nothing. And a person that you would claim is an atheist understand the Bible more than you people. It is written in the Bible, God is not with us now. It's all proven. God had to give the devil the time to do certain things. And that's an agreement. And that's what they plagiarized from the real story of Enki and Enlil, because that's why because Inky thought that he created humanity, but we know that he's not the creator of humanity. The devil didn't create humanity. You know, the so-called God you people are worshiping in the Bible because everything is spinning around, that's the devil. So basically, he didn't create humanity. He's not the creator of humanity. He's the abuser of humanity, but not the creator, because it's against the law of the universe to create sentient beings and use them as slaves to worship you. It's against the universe. We shouldn't be worshiping any god. We can have affinity, meditate and stuff, but worshiping and bowing down and scraping and being afraid of God, it's not normal, because that's not what our real creator, or from our bloodline, the Anunnaki bloodline, Enlil, because Enlil's son is the first one who had relations with human, the first created human, to create the real original human who could speak and communicate, because Inky didn't give a damn if he could communicate or do whatever. He just wanted workers, like how the Grand Canyon was built and stuff. I mean, check it out, because it's attached also to Africa. When Panjir was one, it's the part that broke off from Africa. So basically, it's a part of Africa. So you people have to start thinking: why are there more pyramids in America than even in Egypt? Because it's a part of the same thing. And these pyramids, what were they used for? You people have to start thinking how much pyramids you have over there. And you people just keep always talking about the things that the TV tells you to say, that the television tells you to think about. They tell you what clothes to wear, who to fall in love with, what to do, until you people are so confused and miserable that nobody can even stay in a marriage today, because everybody is so brainwashed and confused. They don't even know what they want. Crazy. Man, we need to wake up. We're much more powerful than this, man. Respect to Ye. Kanye, I love you, man. I hope that everything works out fine, because I know they're gonna come for you. They just can't kill you right now, because it's just, you did it right. I mean, you exposed them. I mean, seriously. So it's like weird if they would kill you right now. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna go after your kids, because Kim and them is pretty tight. So basically, I mean, you do have a lot of time. So use that time wisely, Kanye West. I would advise you. And Kyrie Irving, you can take a back seat right now, because you did your job. You did enough. You can just go to rest right now. You don't need to be punished anymore. You don't need to risk anymore for black people and for the nation. It's time for the nation to stand up for leaders and not let them kill them like Martin Luther King, Bob Marley, and all those people that they simply murdered. It's time for we, the black people, to stand up behind our leaders and not just let people stand up and risk their goddamn lives. And then you talk crap about these people like Gaddafi and many people who stand up for black people. Gaddafi was a hero for black people. Many people today don't even know that. And when they were killing Gaddafi, a lot of you people were talking and laughing. And it took years later, you people are crying, oh my God, he was such a good man. He had good plans. He wanted to change Africa. He wanted to build back the home of black people so that black life could really matter, so that they respect us. Whatever. I advise you people to start thinking and stop just parroting what the media is saying and what they want you to think. Think for yourself. Do independent research and find out the truth. Peace.